You know.
Okay, let's go back to the initial question I asked her now. I mean, how do you reach these people now? What is your target? Yeah. I mean, are you looking at a few people in Lagos or are you just trying to do a conference just to mark your scheme for the year that I've done this year's summit? Or if there's a random guy in Anambra State or Borno State who would need, you know, this sort of assistance, is there an avenue for them as well?
All right, so this is what we do. We do an annual summit in Abuja. This year's edition, by the way, is a Pan-African summit because we've been doing this in Nigeria for 7 years. This year, we're opening it up to other countries in Africa because we believe that one of the things the Nigerian youth needs to begin to wrap his mind around is that we live in a global village. So there will be a lot of exchange of ideas and a lot of interaction with people from other African countries. All right, so we do this national summit always in Abuja just before the October 1st independence celebration, where we bring a lot of young people together, world-class speakers. Basically, we want to give them hope. We want to give them vision. We want to tell them stories of young people who have been able to go from zero to become something in their lives. So we do that summit. There's a lot of workshops on the sides of the summit that people can participate in. However, we do not stop there because that will not necessarily change people. All across Nigeria, we have cells, we have branches of the organization, the Golden Heart Foundation, where the people who've been kind of energized and motivated in the summit can get plugged in, and there they have all kinds of developmental programs that are running throughout the year. We have leadership programs that are running throughout the year. We have transformational programs, personal transformation programs that are running throughout the year. You have access to really better organized entrepreneurial training that are running all over the year. But the summit is where we kind of just bring a lot of people together, sensitize people, and get it out there and let people know that they have a hope. I'll give you a personal example, Ebuka. When I was a younger man, about 17, 18 years ago, I was like this youth. I was out of school. I had no job. I had no hope. I was living on the streets. I didn't know what to do with my life, and I began to come across this kind of training, this kind of knowledge that we are offering young people today. And I started working as a driver. I built my first business. I was making 100 million in 1 year. And we begin to tell them these kind of stories that sometimes you read them on the internet and it looks like goofy, this can happen to me here. They are real life stories of young people in Nigeria who are leaving the streets, who are making contact with the kind of knowledge and the kind of programs we're running, and they are transforming their lives around. And people are living the lives of crime. I was introduced to crime, and I started, you know, the first steps of it. Before I was mercifully, I'm not going to tell you. And mercifully, I found a different path. And all we're saying is that there are alternatives.
Yes, there
are alternatives to crime. There are alternatives to a life of hopelessness and a life without vision and a life where we just waste away. Because that's the problem. The young people can't seem to see anything beyond the pain, the poverty, the corruption, some of these things you were talking about right now. That's the issue. And we bring thought leaders among youths. We bring thought leaders from this generation that's passing by also. And I wish we had clips to show. It's the energy. For the first time, somebody will, after the program, say, now I've always thought there is a future, but without a pathway, without a sense of how do I go from step A to step B? But now I got it. I'm going to run with it. And it's changing lives all over the place.
How long has this summit gone on for now?
This is our 8th year. We've reached the crowds of 70,000, 80,000 at our national conferences, like you said, in Abuja. So this is the 8th year we've run it, and we've run it without any form of sponsorship whatsoever from government, both local, but international. It's basically been self-funded under the leadership of our president, Dr. David Owedi. So,
is the National Youth Summit,
yes.
Are you volunteers or are you workers for this?
We have a lot of volunteers, and then we also have lots of, staff that work full-time.
Okay.
So we have.
So when is this summit holding?
It's holding this Thursday, that's 24th of September,
okay.
8 a.m.
Just before our independence.
Exactly. So we'll be in Abuja from Thursday to Sunday, 24th of September. It starts 8 a.m. at the International Conference Center.
Okay, for how many days?
From Thursday to Sunday, that's like 4 days, yes.
Okay.
4 days.
So you cover all spectrum?
Yes, we have all sorts of schools. We have, like I said, leadership school, school of governance, school of arts and entertainment, all sorts of schools. So where you have your passion, you go into that school and then you're taught things to do and all that. And beyond the summit, like he rightly said, we have cells that continue even after the summit. Throughout the year, trainings are going on. People are being developed in different areas, and people are being pushed into different areas. People who are jobless, people who, you know, don't know how to source for funds, people who are basically clueless and confused. They're able to find direction. And I'm proud to say that, like, we've touched over over 100,000 years, and that's how we're able to get the attention of the United Nations. And we've been there for 2 years consecutively, addressing global issues on how to curb youth restiveness.
Okay. Just very quickly now, if I want to be a part of this, how do I do it?
All right, you can go to the website, NYS nationalyouthsummit.org.ng, and there you can register for the event. I think there's a token you pay, 2,000 naira to register for the event. I mean, the value you get is nothing close to what you're paying. And there are a lot of partners we have that are partnering with us. For example, this year's edition, we'll be partnering with Rubbin, and they're going to be coming there to do trainings on how you can get jobs, and they're going to be offering jobs. So if you're out there in Abuja or any state around Abuja, you want to make sure you are at this summit. The value is incredible.
Thank you very much, Oyidia. Thank you very much, Olumide. Looking forward to the
24th
of September in Abuja.
Yes.
Hopefully everybody gets to be a part of it. Okay. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
And when we come back, we have a very special entertainment guest for you. You don't want to miss this. Please stay with us.